You know we're here about
just
AG.
I don't
Point
think you
of
know what
order.
you're here
President.
for.
Well, you the one talking about. I guess
I
you're still
think your
stuck in the
fake
courtroom.
eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
your
please
history.
bring-
I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you
Meeting
attack
will
the
suspend.
physical
Meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Late night committee meeting in Congress went off the rails this week after Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican of Georgia, insulted the appearance of my next guest, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, Democrat of Texas. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. So you have since called her racist,
Yeah.
Congresswoman Greene. I want to understand your perspective of this. Do you think her going after your eyelashes, that in itself is racist?
I think her specifically doing it to me, yes, that was the intent. As has been stated, you know, women wear makeup, we wear lashes, we wear all types of things to beautify ourselves. But MAGA has historically been on social media doing the things where they're saying, oh, she's black with lashes and nails and hair, and so she's ghetto. And so to me, this was her buying into that rhetoric and trying to amplify this for the MAGA crowd. And so, yeah, I absolutely think that she only did it to be racist towards me.
Because it was towards you, or because it was eyelashes? So in that sense, it's kind of like, in your view, buying into a racist trope.
It is buying into a racist trope, but the reality is that women of all colors wear lashes.
Right, no, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Is there anything you think should happen here? Do you think that Congresswoman Greene should face any sort of punishment?
I mean, she didn't face any at the time, so I don't anticipate that she'll face any in general. I mean, I think that this speaker should be inclined to try to rein her in after trying to kick him out of his position. But they just let Marjorie do whatever she wants to do. And I think this was the first time that someone actually said, no, you won't just treat me whatever way you want to and get away with it.
So, just to explain to our viewers, she said what she said, which was a personal attack on your appearance. And then the Republicans refused to take her words away.
Yeah.
Because they said it wasn't a personal attack. And then you said something about, you didn't mention her name, but you obviously were talking about Congresswoman Greene, bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Very good.
So it's tough to say. But you've really embraced what you said. You're printing it on swag. I think we have an image of the shirt here that you're selling to help raise money to elect Democrats. How would you respond to say it's inappropriate to respond to an attack on somebody's physical appearance? And you hear Congresswoman AOC say, you know, you shouldn't be attacking somebody's physical appearance, but then you did the same thing. You attacked her physical appearance.
So to be clear, what I asked for was clarification on the ruling. If her words were taken down, that meant that she was going to have to leave the committee for the evening, which actually would have helped everybody out because the source of the chaos is always Marjorie Taylor Greene. But the chairman was concerned about his votes. He was concerned about whether or not he would be able to move forward with contempt. And so therefore—
It's contempt of the, they were the—
Of Merrick Garland.
For the Attorney General Garland.
Absolutely. Yeah. So therefore, I'm like, what are we doing? So what are the parameters? And I generally wanted to know. So I did not state anything to her. I specifically asked a question, and I didn't even mention her name. Mm-hmm. And so it was for clarification, and that's what I asked for. And he obviously didn't hear me.
Okay, yeah, and I hear that, but she went after your appearance, and then you went back at her 1,000-fold.
I did, in a very lawyerly way.
But obviously she started it. I'm not disputing that, but do you regret that at all?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't, because here's the thing. I signed up to be a member of Congress. That didn't mean that I was supposed to walk into a position where I'm going to walk in and be disrespected. It's already a hostile work environment being there, and we do have rules. The problem with MAGA is that MAGA does not respect rules, nor do they respect the law. That is exactly why they're all running up to Trump's trial, because he's in trouble not because of some big conspiracy by the Biden administration. He's in trouble because he fails to respect the law. The reason that the Supreme Court right now is debating whether or not Trump can commit crimes or any president can commit crimes and then be let off is because they have no respect for law. The party of law and order is gone at this point in time.
While I have you here, President Joe Biden is very focused on the black vote this weekend. In particular, he's headed to Detroit tonight to appeal to black voters. He's speaking at Morehouse this morning. Wayne County Executive Warren Evans from Detroit, from Michigan, told the Detroit News, apathy is the biggest problem. If you look at the percentage of people who vote and the apathy of African Americans about voting, that's what will turn the tide. But you've got to get somebody to get them out and give them a reason to come out. I'm just not really seeing it. You represent a large number of African American voters and constituents in the Dallas area. Why is Biden struggling with black voters right now?
You know, I think it's about whether or not people understand what he has done for them. It's tough to kind of connect the dots sometimes. And honestly, this administration has done so much that it's not a matter of, hey, I've got this one thing, and just kind of continually hitting that one thing. They've done so much, but I don't think that the information has been pushed out continually. And so I think right now it's about making sure it's communicated as he goes to Morehouse and speaks today, that $7 billion has been given to HBCUs, more than any other administration ever. People credit Trump for supporting HBCUs when in reality, Trump did not want to reauthorize the $253 million that was already signed into law. He actually wasn't going to reauthorize it. It was Dr. Adams, a black woman, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, who is a former HBCU professor and a former HBCU student, who said that's not going to be good enough. So what did Trump do? He took a picture with all the HBCU presidents and made it seem as if he did something novel and great. And it wasn't. He actually was going to cut them off. And so I think that black folk need to know that this administration has actually invested in them. When you start looking at student debt relief, it has disproportionately positively impacted black folk. We're talking about over $137 billion for over 4 million people. That means that there is at least 4 million people that now can hopefully start to get at that wealth gap and maybe buy a home because their debt to income ratio won't be so bad.
They need to get you out on the trail is what I think.
I will be heading to Detroit as soon as I can.
All right, Congresswoman Crocker, thanks so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.